Before we get to salamanders, for the record, it's not a cute thing or a ploy or a tactic. I'm not pausing, hesitating, trying to make sure nothing up my sleeves. In fact, I got short sleeves. Big stomach, but short sleeves. It's kind of how it works these days. Not losing much weight, but working on it. Happy to say middle age is a bitch, and she's back to collect everything she wants from them Captain Crunch meals I had 2 times a day, Krispy Kreme donuts, more pizza than we're going to discuss. Don't judge me, you got shit in your life too. But I wonder, as I do every time when I come here, maybe there's something else going on in the room. Like maybe the importance of Nave discussing a rare steak isn't so much the rare steak, but him remembering ringing a bell in a church as a child that his grandfather helped build. Maybe we need to work more on grandfathers, spending time with grandsons, building things up, not worry so much about the God above, not returning your phone calls because he and or she doesn't believe in repeating themselves, figures you have enough on your plate as it is. If you haven't discovered that you have all the power that you need to do whatever you want in your life, then hey, eat rare steak and shut the fuck up. Or maybe in this room there's a spirit of Carlos's girlfriend, potential love interest. He went there just as a simple booty call. Can't blame him. We men have urges sometimes. However, maybe that cat was sitting there to make sure that that pussy messed up the pussy he was trying to get. So the rash on his face might have saved him a rash on his heart is what I'm trying to say, a long-term issue of heartbreak. Maybe she wasn't supposed to be the one. See, maybe there's something else happening in this room right now. Maybe the dishwasher was just a symbolism, as he said. She held him like a warm dish. I think of my mother in a kitchen saying that only losers and rich folks have dishwashers. Boy, you will do everything by hand. Learned at the first job I had at Red Lobster the benefits of cleaning dishes by hand, seeing the process of wiping away the waste and seeing something shiny and new upon which you will put your food and feed yourself again. You are still waiting, Mr. Pirate's shirt, for salamander to come into play. So I guess that would come into amphibian and reptile, first one to walk upon the muddy earth. If you believe in the Big Bang Theory, we Big Banged ourselves into over X amount of hundreds of people inside this room. Each of us, an individual salamander, have adapted and turned ourselves to fit the environment within which we exist. You have made sure that you support the pirates, though you're in Black Mountain, North Carolina, buddy. But something about your heart, salamander, beats out that you have to hold on to Pittsburgh the same way Pittsburgh holds on to San Francisco, look-alike, like Oakland holds on to Brooklyn, like we hold on to each other, like white man in front with Kango backwards tells me that he's blacker than he actually looks. Deep down beneath his skin, underneath that black shirt's a salamander's heart beating. What are your stripes? What environment have you simply tried to blend yourself into? Redhead, how are you? Lacking smile on the face, now you're looking up at me cheering, because we oftentimes are just like salamanders. We adapt to fit ourselves into the environment that we're in. On good days, that's a great thing. But I can remember a time when someone took a cross, turned it crooked letter, crooked letter, crooked letter into a swastika so they could fit themselves into where they wanted to be, made sure that Jew and Gentile were separated upon the Great Divide, took people into bathhouses that did not produce steam but did produce a lot of gas and death. I know people that straightened those same crooked letters back out and then put women and black people on them, called the women witches and the men savages, set them afire, tried to turn our salamander orange and burning, figured they could burn the white into us, if not kill us in the process. I know people in this very slam who have changed their colors over the course of time, sat in closets in and out of those situations, salamandering themselves to appear to be boy or girl or man or woman or straight or gay or whatever will stop you from looking at them like they don't belong. We are all nothing more than salamanders in this room, creatures that are trying to evolve in our own process. We walk around trying to dress and act differently, but yet and still want everybody to accept us as part of their group. So maybe we're nothing more than the different colors hanging above us in the sky right now. Each one of these are folded over origami representing our individual souls of us just wanting to come together as one. While we are always rainbow, why science makes sure we can only see things in the color of prism, but notice white and black are not part of the rainbow. We are a coalition of colors, of a belief system, of something more than what we think we are. You thought this was just a fun time tonight with Bootsy Collins over there, weed, wine, and alcohol as far as the eye can see, mud up beneath your Birkenstocks, but Nave's rare steak is actually his grandfather. Carlos's dishwasher is actually him waiting for true quality love, and your anxiety is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen on a stage, Rachel. Nerves mean that you care, and maybe we should all be a little more nervous tonight, like that salamander taking its first step out of the ooze and muck into a new land, giving up gills and breathing water for the sake of air, taking a chance to leave everything that it was comfortable with behind it to move forward into a new expanse. Here we are together. Aren't we beautiful? We're just a breath in the water away from being that same old reptile we used to be. Oh, come on. See yourself for what you are.
Ed Mabrey. It ain't over till it's over, Tibby. Hold up the scores, judges.